I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear.
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear.
Two inaugurations of Barack Obama and Joe Biden happened at moments of palpable, ubiquitous and severe crisis. The worst financial crisis since the Great Depression, the worst pandemic in 100 years. I mean, thousands of Americans dying by the day. America not knowing whether the entire economic system and foundation was going to erode beneath them. Compare that to the two times Donald Trump has been inaugurated in which those crises were not there. There was not the same acute sense of crisis, and yet the theme in both of them and the obsession of Trump's rhetoric is always a theme of national decline and national humiliation. And there's something strange about hearing it the second time. Of course, the first one was the American carnage. It's a little like a cult leader who keeps predicting different days for the end of the world. Because it's kind of like, okay, the first time you did this, we've had all these corrupt, terrible elites, and they've taken, I'm here as your retribution, I'm going to make America great again. And then it's like, well, you tried that once. I mean, the degree to which the first term has been just completely taken away from everyone's memory, how he kind of ran as a person who never actually held office before in this campaign, and to hear a very similar thematic speech that promises just around the corner, on the other side, that's when the next end of the world comes. That's when the next time we are bathed in holy light. That's the next time when everything turns around permanently for the United States.
Griff Jenkins is at a very important spot after any inaugural. He's at the Union Pub, where quite a few folks have gathered, and they have screens there. They'll be watching all of this as well. It's good that they have found a good pub as an alternative to being out on the mall, Griff. What are they talking about in there?
Oh, Martha, let me tell you, we're just a few blocks from the rotunda, but they have been partying, and they don't mind that they're not in the rotunda. They don't mind that they're not in that Capital One Arena. Most of them had Plan A and tickets and spend money, but they are coming from all over, and they are just happy to be here witnessing this history. What's your name?
Taylor.
Where are you from?
Minnesota.
And now, did you have other plans than this?
Yes, we were going to try to stand outside, but our plans changed.
And are you happy you ended up here?
Yes.
Yeah, it was a good time?
Yes.
All right, people are having so much fun. There's one young woman here somewhere. Where are you from?
France.
What?
France.
France? Were you going to be in a bar in D.C.
Exactly, all the time.
All right, we've got people from all over the place, people that met each other. MAGA! Were you happy to be here? Semper Fi, Marine Corps! Let's fucking go! All my veterans! And I can tell you, Brett and Martha, there's some families here as well. Where's that young woman, young lady, a child? She's the only person not drinking here. Come on. Come over here. This young woman. USA! Take it over here. USA! We got this one. Okay, she's walking away. She's a young kid. She was nervous. I was going to try to put her on. But you can see the party environment here has been huge. And what's really fascinating is that most of these people came from across the country, San Francisco, Minnesota, all over, and they're just happy. Where are you from?
I'm from Indiana, South Bend.
And you glad to be here?
I am super pumped to be here.
All right. So that's the scene happening here. I probably can't even hear you. I'm going to send it back to you.
I know there's a lot of familiar lies that were just told, but bring us up to speed on what you think the biggest ones were.
There were a bunch, Jake. I thought it was interesting that the president gave a scripted inaugural address in which, honestly, there was not a ton to fact check. I'd say a smattering of falsehoods. And then immediately after, in this unscripted speech, he returned to his familiar lie-a-minute style. So he said the 2020 election was totally rigged. We know that's a lie. He said his opponents tried to rig it this time. That's more nonsense. He said California Democrats tried to cheat and that he thinks he would have won the state this time if it were not rigged. Well, it was a free and fair election in that state as well. He lost by more than 3 million votes. He claimed he won Alabama this time by 48 points, or like between 30 and 31. And then on immigration, he spoke of the jails of every country in the world being emptied into this country. He has never provided any evidence for his familiar claim that foreign countries are deliberately emptying prisons to send people here as migrants. He boasted of building 571 miles of border wall. Official statistics show it was actually 458 miles. And then he turned to January 6th. He spoke at length about, he said the committee deleted all evidence almost everything. It simply did not. That did not happen, although there is a dispute about the preservation of some data and some video interviews that the committee conducted. And he repeated this claim that former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi has admitted that she rejected a Trump offer of 10,000 National Guard troops on January 6, 2021. First of all, there is no basis for the claim Trump even made her such an offer. It wouldn't even have made sense given that he, the president, is the commander of the D.C. National Guard. The Speaker of the House has no authority to deploy them or thwart a deployment. And second of all, she never admitted that such an offer was made. She has steadfastly rejected that. She is on tape on January 6th expressing frustration with the security failure that day and saying that I take responsibility for not having them better prepared. But that kind of vague assertion that I could have done more here is not an admission that she turned down any specific security offer. She has never made such an admission whatsoever, Jake.